Okay. So, today we are talking about like embodying this new identity. And embodying is like living out who you are choosing to be every single day and practicing what you actually preach. And I, I, okay, so this is kind of crazy that that this is what our talk is about today, because last week, actually not even, literally this week, it's Friday, some insane stuff happened, which I will tell you guys a little bit about. But like I was like, I mean, I've been going through this healing journey for a while, and I'm so grateful I have the tools to stay calm and do these things that probably if these same things happened 6 months ago, I would have had a breakdown. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to practice what I preach. I'm going to use these tools. I'm going to continue to show up in my business. I'm going to use this to fuel my mission and my purpose. And so we're talking about embodying today. And embodying is just living your everyday life with the intention of who you say that you are becoming and who you say that you are going to be, right? Because so many times you see people online and they won't practice what they preach. They'll teach all of these things about mindset and healing and power and money and whatever, and then behind the scenes their life is a shit show. And that's okay if your life is a shit show, right? But you still need to be utilizing the tools that you're teaching other people. And so you have some creators and business owners that do just that, and you have some that don't. They're full of shit, and that's okay. And so some stuff happened this week, and I was like, all right, God, I got you. I'm going to do this. We're going to step into this power. So I'll tell you a little bit about what happened, not because I'm looking for sympathy, okay? My ex heard about my talk last week and um, responded. He, in the process of our breakup, we got intimate together and he recorded it secretly without my permission and sent the video out to people. Yeah. And
Oh,
yeah, I know. And that is illegal, but I don't I just got out of a lawsuit with him. I don't know that I have the mental capacity to handle that right now, but very disgusting. I have not posted in a few days. I mean, I posted this morning and I posted yesterday, and that is actually why I had Jamie come on yesterday instead of Monday. Because I called her on Wednesday and I was like, I can't, I'm struggling right now. Can you take this over? And I was like, you know what? F this. I'm literally I'm going to embody this. I'm teaching these women how to heal and navigate their pain and use it to fuel their purpose. And so um I did my journaling, I did my meditation, I've been doing my tapping, and I was like, all right, I'm good because I'm literally I feel like this is was happening because I'm teaching this to you right now. And it was almost like God saying, okay, can you handle this, what you're teaching right now, right? Because with my ex, I mean, I struggled with that for a whole year before I started talking about it. And it's one thing, right? You don't want to speak from an open wound. You want to speak from a place of power and from the scar. And obviously, for me right now, there is an open wound, but there's a duality to it, right? Where you can compartmentalize and you can be going through what you're going through and still show up and serve your clients to their fullest capacity. And so I know that it sounds crazy. Like I feel very calm right now. I mean, a few days ago, I was definitely panicky. And that's okay that you go through that and you feel the pain, right? You don't need to numb it. And on Tuesday night, I really wanted to take a weed gummy. And I was like, I'm not going to do it because I'm literally talking to these girls about not numbing their pain anymore. And I'm not going to go sit and numb my pain. So I'm actually although this is disgusting, and yes, there could have been different ways that this happened, I'm actually grateful for this experience because I feel like it is just testing that I'm ready for this and really like forcing me to realize like, yeah, okay, this is my purpose. This is what I'm meant to do. You know, embodiment, when you embody who you're becoming, it's not about feeling good all the time or pretending like nothing hurts and faking it and being completely and fully healed before you show up for your clients and keeping emotions separated from your business. It's not that at all, but it's intentionally still choosing to be that woman who you're becoming, even on the days where your head really hurts and showing up from a place of truth and not performance. And let me mute you, Kimberly. Love you. We're muting you. Um, Staying connected to your mission, anchoring from your values instead of collapsing into old patterns when things get hard, and leading yourself first before you can lead anybody else. And the best leaders, the right, there are entrepreneurs from all walks of life who can be successful. You know, some were trust fund babies, had the most beautiful life, and some went through the fucking trenches. But what I know is that all good leaders, the ones who really lead people, the ones who really are influential and change people's lives, they've all had to learn to lead themselves first. And those who have been through the trenches and don't lead themselves out of it, and they just kind of stay stuck there and they embody that they put on this fake personality on social media, they're not real leaders. And ultimately, long term, they're not going to be the ones that get results. So embodying what you're teaching to your clients in your personal life is is how you step into that next level. Um, so, and I'm sharing this like not for sympathy, like I'm good, guys. I'm really good because, you know, and I didn't post for a few days and that was that, right? I was going to schedule a CCI call this week. I did not do that. But my mission is bigger than my circumstances, and my purpose isn't going away just because all this shit came back, right? And I have deeply, deeply, deeply learned that my story is not my setback. It is my strategy and it is what is propelling me forward to fuel my mission. And so that's why I really want to be here and model this for you guys. Because when life happens, you can either collapse into that old identity and go back into those old patterns, right? It's really easy to speak from a place of empowerment when you're healed and when life is really good. um, it's really, really easy to be teaching other people how to live a certain way when everything feels good to you. And it's really hard to do when things feel like they're collapsing around you. But that is when you become a leader. You do not lead people. You have to be able to walk through murky waters and forge your own trail. And it's going to feel like there's no clarity and there's no path ahead of you. And it's meant to feel that way because you're the leader, right? There's nobody ahead of you forging the way for you and leading you. You're the leader. And it's okay that it feels foggy and messy, but you're leading the way for other people. So you might not have a clear path in front of you, but if you keep forging your way through, all those people behind you watching you, they now have a path and they're watching you, and you're the one giving them the permission slip to heal and move forward and embody what they're teaching in their business. And that is exactly what separates women who grow these massively successful businesses versus ones who stay stuck. Or maybe they grow a massively successful business and then it collapses on them because they haven't truly embodied that leadership and they haven't truly embodied everything that they're teaching. It's not just like a strategy thing, right? It's not just a timing thing. It's not just this innate talent that you're born with. It's literally who you are choosing to be in your hardest moments in the pits of hell. That is embodiment. And that is living out. Oh, it's 11:11. Ah, yay. I love that. Whenever I see 11:11, I'm like, I'm on the right track. I'm just I'm just talking. So normally before these revival calls, you guys know I have PowerPoints planned and I knew I wasn't going to plan a PowerPoint today because we're doing coaching and that sort of thing. But this morning I'm like, all right, I need to like prepare at least a little bit of what I'm going to talk about. And I'm like, I don't think I need to. Like I think that this is all happening and this call is coming at the perfect time. Like it is truly divine. It is truly divine. And I feel so grateful that you guys are here and that we can talk about this and that this happened to be happening right before this call. I think that this is great. Okay, so I want to do a little exercise with you guys before we get into like some hot seat coaching. So, what I want you guys to do is close your eyes for a minute, and I want you to place a hand on your heart, and I want you to ask yourself, what part of you, if any, feels like you want to shut down right now? Just notice it, and you don't need to fix it. Just notice it. Okay. Now I want you guys to ask, what would the woman that you are becoming choose to do instead? Okay, let that answer rise. Okay, I want you guys to inhale for 4 seconds, and I want you to exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. Okay, this is telling your nervous system that you can do both. Real life is going to happen, and that's okay. But your mission is bigger. You can handle real life, and you can handle your mission and your business. And this is why I really wanted to speak to women who don't just want a side hustle, right? I mean, and we talked about this, like that used to be my target audience when I first started my business 3 years ago. Like, who wants a side hustle? I don't want to talk to people who just want a side hustle because then it's like, oh, well, it's just side cash. I'll just quit. I don't want to do that. I want to talk to people who want to make a difference, you know? And when your purpose is to make a difference, you're going to have to move through hard shit. So the empire building doesn't come through perfect seasons. It comes when you decide that it's a non-negotiable, no matter what the hell happens to you or in your life. And you lead the way, even when it's messy, even when there is branches all in front of you and it's foggy and it's pitch black, and you're like, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. I'm just go through here because people are going to follow you. You show up when it's inconvenient and you embody the identity of that woman who you are teaching. Your audience and your family and your women, they're watching you. And you don't need to be perfect. They won't trust you if you're perfect, especially in this whole AI world, right? People crave that human connection more than ever now. And so when you can be real, but you can stay rooted and you can stay embodied, people are going to really trust you and want to buy from you and want to even heal because of you. Okay, so, all right, let's bring this into your life. All right, so I want to, we are going to get into some hot seat coaching, but I want to talk about embodiment a little bit and do some little work shopping. And since there's not many of you on, we can just turn this into a conversation. If you guys feel comfortable turning off your camera and unmuting, you are welcome to. If you don't, that's okay. Um, but let's just talk about like, and this is a private space, and if you don't want to share full detail, that's okay. But let's talk about where life has felt really loud for you lately, or where you felt tempted to pull back when you know your future self like really needed you to like lean in. And where do you need to show yourself like you're still in the game, you're still in the game. Like what identity is this calling you into? Let's just kind of talk about different things so we can kind of just, I want this to be like just a community where we're all just empowering each other. I went to the Women in Power meeting last week and I am so grateful for it. Okay, so the whole week I was surrounded by women literally for the first time in my whole life that were just like so heart-led. There was not a single woman in the room that had an evil ounce of spite or malicious intent in her body. Everyone was just so pure and they were all so successful in their own right, but they all just wanted you with their whole heart to succeed. And it was so amazing to have them and to lean on them. And I was in such a high vibrational state all week. I truly think if I did not go last week and have that to really like lift me up and show me like, yeah, I really am the shit. And you all are the shit. I'm not saying this out of a cocky place. Like I'm saying this out of a place like of as a woman, like as a woman, we're all the shit, right? And so if I didn't have that, like, okay, no, I am the shit. I can do this. I can do life. If I didn't go last week, I would have had a lot harder time navigating everything this week. And so I'm so grateful for that. And I want to bring that experience into here. So, if anyone feels comfortable sharing, like, I would love to hear if you feel like there is a place in your life right now that has felt loud and has felt murky and has felt like maybe you're doubting like whether or not you can do this and like how you're going to then take take a hold of it anyways and go forward anyways. Does anyone want to share?
Yes,
Yeah,
Becca.
help me.
Okay, first of all, I want to say fuck that douchebag.
Yeah.
Fuck him. Uh, let me hear me. Everybody wants a sex tape, Becca. Everybody in this whole fucking business secretly wants a sex tape. Like, to be, especially if you're hot and beautiful, lean into it. Get a copy of it. Edit it, put it on your Instagram and say, look what my D-bag ex did. And aren't I fucking hot? And what a D-bag he is. Seriously, I'll tell you, my number two regret is not taking the job as a stripper that I was offered in the 90s at the Lusty Lady in San Francisco. I swear to fucking God. And it was shame. It was shame that kept me back from that. And now I realize, women's sexuality has been used as a weapon against us. Look at what's going on in France. That woman whose husband, over like a decade, was drugging her and having men pay him to come and rape her. If you guys have not heard that story, it's for real. Oh,
I
yes,
haven't.
a woman in France. And it's a huge national scandal in France. All the 70 men were convicted, including her husband, for like 20 years. And she was asked at the beginning of the investigation, do you, they assumed that she would want to stay anonymous and not give her name and not be a forward facing person in the media. And she said, no, no, I turn this shame around. It's not my shame, it's his shame. And so I just had to put that out there to you because, you know, men use things like that as a weapon. because of the culture of shame. And
Hmm.
so, no matter what you decide to do or not do, whatever, I just wanted to give that to you as a different perspective because that's what I'm trying to embody. Because after yesterday, I realized that shame is the number one issue that's been holding me back. The shame of who I am. I've been shamed and shunned by my family my whole life. First, just like openly humiliated to my face as a child and then as a young adult by my
Yeah.
family, and then having it really get vicious around my mother's death. Some other things happened with that, but the loud and proud women are the ones that get it, and we have lifetimes of ancestral memory in our DNA of being burned as witches, as being excluded and humiliated
Hmm.
publicly. And
Hmm.
so there's a certain degree of public humiliation that is going to come along with putting your face online.
Hmm.
And that's what's been stopping me because for the first 50 years of my life, 55 years of my life, in my adult life, up to about 5, 6 years ago, um, I still looked like I was 30 to 35.
You still
And
look so
then,
young. You're so hot, Dottie. I don't, you gotta,
thank you,
you're,
sweetheart. Thank you. I appreciate you. Uh, it came to me yesterday that not only have I been, and I posted this in the revival,
I know. Yeah.
I have wanted to die since I was 18 and didn't really know it, but I've used all of these self-destructive behaviors, and it's all shame. I was raised in a fundamentalist religion, and so, women are the worst
Hmm.
in that. And um it's like a subconscious plant that just fuels self-hatred every single day. And I've got practically body dysmorphia going on now. When I look at my face, I just I it's Atlanta all over again.
Yeah.
And after yesterday, it just that talk with Jamie split me in two. In a good way, but I'm glad my camera was off because I was sitting there like sobbing, like practically in a fetal position for like 5 or 10 minutes as I was having this realization that this shame goes so deep, it will kill me if I don't actively address it. And
Yeah.
and that's bottom line. It scrambles my brain every day. It keeps me from manifesting, from
Yeah.
being able to just take where I'm at right now to lead,
Yeah.
like what you just said, to lead the women that are just a few steps behind me that want to come along but don't have a leader. And so, yeah.
Hell yeah. I love that, Dottie. And I think that you need to use that in your content because I guarantee you, I mean, I know your target audience feels that way. There's a reason they're your target audience. And definitely, and we can talk about this now. We're definitely going to dive more into messaging. And you're in CCI, like you understand messaging, but like we'll dive into more like using your story as your power and not speaking from a wounded place and not speaking from a place of people. So, okay, so as leaders, we don't want to necessarily be like relatable. And so there's a difference. So back
Mhm.
when my target audience was speaking to just people who wanted to leave their job and start a side hustle, I wanted to be relatable because I wanted people to think like, oh, she's just like me. And then she quit her job, like I can quit my job. But that there's a difference between getting people to jump on the bandwagon with you and leading them through tough times. And so we don't want to, and it's okay to be relatable with in your life with your kids and your house. And like somebody messaged me the other day and was like, I love how all your pantry, how all your cabinet doors are wide open in your kitchen. You're so relatable. And so like there's a difference between that versus like your personality and how you show up and how you lead. And so I would definitely talk about that in your content, but I wouldn't I would definitely come from a place of strength, like try to meditate, try to do some tapping. The vol Have you done the visibility tapping that's inside CCI? And you guys all have it because you have the VIP, but there's a visibility tapping that helps you
I have to go back
release.
to that and look
Yeah,
at it
I
because
would
I
do
don't think
that.
I have.
That will help you
Did we
release.
do it? Is it from a recording?
No, because we only did one tapping in the recording, and the rest of them I just did and uploaded them.
Where
They're
are they?
in CCI. It's in the tapping library.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You'll see it. It's called like I can check right now actually because I have CCI pulled up. It is called Feeling Safe to Be Seen on Social Media,
Okay.
not
I don't
visibility.
think I have that one. Is
Is
that
it
that's
underneath
the
the education or the classroom?
Yeah, it's in the classroom in the Wealth Energetics module. You don't have it?
Wealth energetics module. Okay.
oh, the wealth? Okay.
Um, Wealth Energetics module, and then there's a lesson called Tapping Library, and it's Feeling
Yeah.
Safe to Be Seen on Social Media.
Okay.
Is that in there, Andrea, for you?
I'm gonna look up real quick. Give me a second
Yeah,
to
let me
search.
know if
But
it's
I know
not.
there's like 8 of them, I think.
Yeah, let's see, two, four, six. Yeah, yeah, you should have it if there's eight.
Okay.
We
Okay.
only have two, four, six, eight, and CCI. You have all of them, yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
So Dottie, what I would do is I would do that. I would try to ground yourself so that you can talk about this from a place of feeling empowered and not from a place that feels like you're still in this pain. But so many women feel that I know your target audience does, and I know midlifers do. I mean, I grew up in the 90s. Like, obviously, I didn't like I know a bigger chunk of my life came from this female empowerment place, whereas I know like with Gen Xers, like more of their life was from this place of shame. So you have it even more than I do. But like, I mean, I grew up in the 90s, like I had body dysmorphia my whole fucking life. And
Yeah.
I mean, I get it
Bad.
to an extent. And so many women feel that. And so for
Yeah.
you to talk about that and lead them through that is going to be so powerful for them, and they're going to want to follow you forever and do whatever you tell them to do and buy whatever what product you put out.
Exciting.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that. I know I love how vulnerable you are, and I appreciate you and I love you and you're
I
amazing.
love you too, honey.
Hope
Thank
know
you. Thank you. Thank you for making yourself so available because it's allowed me to have hope when I was in the darkest place ever 3 years ago.
that. Yeah.
Ever. Just, well, second darkest place ever, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to hog it. How about you,
Okay.
Andrea?
All right,
Yeah.
Andrea, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm like really trying to like step into this because I've been at this online thing for like 6 years now. And initially I started out coaching, one-on-one coaching, but it didn't light me up enough to
Mhm.
like go through the pain of seeing myself through it, if that makes sense. Like
Absolutely.
I didn't wake up every morning and be like, okay, I really want to get all the one-on-one clients, even though I was basically healing myself at the same time. So I'm like, it didn't really work.
It just wasn't in alignment with what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I felt like I needed something bigger. But a backstory about me, I'm a nurse and I had 10 years total, like between the PICU and the NICU. And the PICU it's intense. Like, and I basically over the 10 years that I was in that unit, I was like slowly like decomposing, if that makes sense. Like I kept compartmentalizing all these like traumas that I would see on a daily basis, and then I'm like unlearning that. Like it's taken so long to unlearn that you don't have to compartmentalizing like every little thing in your life. And so I'm unlearning that. And I've realized that I want to lead nurses away from the bedside, but like you said, in an empowering way. Because I think like I've had like a lot of brainstorming sessions with one girl that I've met in the online space, and I feel like they just don't know exactly what the next step is. And so I'm trying to like figure out how to like group my experience together because I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time explaining this. That's why I'm
No, I'm following everything you're
okay.
saying, but take your time, please.
Yeah, so like instead of like coaching one-on-one or group coaching, I had this idea that I would show them AI. And I'm trying to figure out because you've probably seen my ads inside of the
Oh yeah,
community and stuff.
they're so
So
good. I love that.
yeah, they're
They're
really
so
good.
talented.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, but I want to do it in an authentic way because AI, there's like this gap between it's like AI because it's completely not human, obviously, and then bringing my story into it. And I've noticed that when I share my story along with like some of my posts that I put up that include the AI ads and stuff, that draws more people in. And so my big picture idea is randomly, this is crazy because I'm like action creates clarity, right? But I get a lot of nurse recruiters calling me like on the daily. And it's not so much anymore because I've blocked them because I'm like, it's 20 calls a day. But now I'm like, I'm gonna start answering the calls because yesterday I had, or a couple days I had a nurse recruiter call me and he's like, "Are you travel nursing anymore?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that." But then I flipped it and we had like a conversation and he said, "We do take referrals." Like and they pay out $1,000 per referral. And so it got
Ooh,
me thinking like I could make these AI ads for nurses and make like that referral bonus, but then also they see my product and then I could eventually lead them into like if you want to create these for yourself and I'm like
yeah,
an affiliate for the course that I've learned how to make these from and then I would have like that $1,000 referral bonus that way, and then I would bring my ideal customers into the picture. I'm like, I feel like it's a really good idea. What's holding me back is I want to do ads. Like I'm a mom of a 6 month old, and it's really hard for me to like be completely present in the moment
yeah,
with like if I were to like get people like group coaching, get people on the call together. I
yeah.
haven't figured out how to do that. So I'm like, I want to create ads. I think at first to um, bring people into the community and then show them what's possible, leading up to eventually having group coaching for people who want to create the AI ads.
Yeah. Okay. So what I would say is, well, how do you feel about posting on social media, even though your primary mode of traffic is going to be ads?
I've been posting every single day for like
Okay.
2 months now, and
Okay.
yeah, it's actually going really well. I found there's a nurse hustle group that I've found a lot of success from. I've gotten maybe like 25 or 30 solid qualified people who are interested in the AI, like producing AI videos, and they're like, "That is so cool!" And so I'm inviting them to the live trainings that are currently going on. You're probably familiar with Christine Morel, I'm sure, because she's like
Oh, yes. She's
that's
in a mastermind with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Mom
So
and I are
she's
both know
she's
her.
my coach for that, and she's amazing. So I'm like, I feel really good about bringing people to this, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like dumping it all because I don't have entrepreneur friends that
Yeah.
understand this.
Oh no. Yeah. Having entrepreneur friends is a totally different league. Like, and
Yeah.
that's all of my friends are entrepreneurs now. Like I'm in this, that's kind of sad, but I mean, it is what it is. I kind of am not as friends with people as I used to be, from high school and college and stuff.
It's
But
hard.
it
They don't
started from,
understand. Yeah.
yeah, it started from paying to be in masterminds. But now,
Yeah.
like, I'm in a hotel room with my friend. She flew into Atlanta last night, and she's an entrepreneur, and I just know her through a mastermind, and now we're friends. But like, obviously, I paid to be in the mastermind, but it's good. And so, like, joining these coaching communities, I that's great. You're doing great. And Christine is really good. So she's that's a really good person to trust your business with, like not just you as a consumer, but the clients that you bring in to
That's
refer to her.
I think that's just like putting it out there. I think that's one of the disconnects that I had over the years because like I said, I started out on like one-on-one coaching and then I've done it all. Like I tried direct sales, like Kangen water. Maybe you heard
Yeah.
of it, maybe you
Oh
haven't.
yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
have a few
then
clients that do that. Yeah, I'm helping with them with their social media.
yeah, I mean, but the things it just wasn't completely in alignment. And then I went into Legendary Marketer and I I wanted it to work so bad. I really did. But then at the end of the day, it felt predatory marketing how that whole side of things went. And I was just like, I don't really actually feel comfortable bringing people into this because if I'm feeling deep down in my gut, if I'm feeling that it is targeting people, like not in an empowering way, it's like, let me just, I don't know. That
It was
was
a
just my
very
feeling.
pain point. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah, and that doesn't mean that it was legendary. It was just the marketers, and that was and I was part of it. I'm not talking shit. I mean,
No,
now
I
because
don't
I've
even,
grown, but
yeah, that's not what I meant. I meant
No, talk shit. Talk shit.
that's
Talk
not what
that
I meant.
shit, Becca.
I
That's
meant
all.
that the way that some of the like the people who run Legendary Marketer, I was like, oh, I just
Mhm.
didn't 100%. And then maybe it was because I wasn't grown as a person enough either. I
No,
don't know. There's a lot of things that could have come up
Sydney,
as it.
and I'll get to you. I'll tell you this though. I was not grown as a person, and so I didn't see the narcissistic tendencies that said
Mm.
person of legendary marketer has very much. And as I've grown, I'm like, I would never, you could not pay me a million fucking dollars all over again to promote that company.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's what it was. It was like just something deep inside of me was like, I don't think I didn't feel good at the end of the day promoting it. And I created an email list when I was doing legendary marketer of like 400 people, really small. But when
that's a good list. You can make
yeah,
a lot of money off of 400 people.
I didn't make anything. I
Do
didn't
you
make
still
anything.
have that?
I do, and reignited it. Um, I reignited it, and I lost a lot of them. Like I think maybe 100 people unsubscribed over the last couple months, which whatever.
That's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
they were never going to buy from you. Get them off. Save your money.
yeah, yeah. But I think I feel like awesome that I've come, like I have an offer that I absolutely love. I have my audience that I absolutely love, like bringing them together, and I'm just trying to figure out how to like tie it all together, like email marketing that actually converts. Like I think that's one of my disconnects.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say what I'll say first, before I forget, because I thought of this when you were initially talking, is love that you're running ads and that your primary mode of traffic is ads. And the reason I asked is if you're still comfortable posting on social media is because a lot of people, when they run ads, are like, well, I'll just do that. I won't post on social. And like, that's okay if your goal isn't to get huge on social and grow organically, but you still need that organic account because people who find you through ads, they're going to still, most of them are still going to look you up and see, is this person legit? And they're not going to look at your following and think, oh, she's not legit. She doesn't have a following. They're just going to look at your videos and make sure you are who you say you are. So I
Mhm.
think that that's great that you're still posting. Um, Regarding having a baby and not wanting to do coaching, I think it's so I have a couple of ideas and we can talk about this. Tell me where you're at. So you can either just directly lead them into Christine's community and just start off doing affiliate stuff, just like I did, like made a bunch of money doing that until I felt really confident enough to start coaching and stuff. Another thing that you could do is you could create your, where's Christine's community? Is it in school?
No, she has, I honestly don't know where she
Okay.
houses it. I think it might be Kajabi. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. So another thing that you could do is create your own little community.
Mhm.
I love School. I've been recommending School to everybody because what is so cool about it is if you host in Kajabi or some other platform, like if somebody has a course that they bought from somebody, they're going to have a totally different login than a course they bought from somebody else. And then they got to memorize a million logins. School is almost like Facebook groups right now where everybody's in there all the time. Like, especially if they have DWA or like other things like that, people are in School all the time. And so they're going to be much more active. So it's actually a really great place to hold a community. And it's really user friendly, like for you as the business owner and for the consumer for their experience.
Mhm.
But what you can do is you can even offer people like if you buy Christine's community through me, and we can talk about marketing strategies, you get this free community. And so start building up your community a little bit. And you don't need to have any calls or anything, but it gives these people like a place to communicate. And maybe you can hold a live call once a month where it's not even coaching and it's just like, hey, nurses, we're here to hang out, talk about our business, whatever. We've talked about doing happy hours in CCI, like where there's no coaching, we're all just hanging out as friends, because it's a really powerful way to have those entrepreneur friends. Um, and then as that starts to grow and as you start to get more confident, you can then set the community to they have to pay for it. And so all those members who are still in there, they still get it for free. They're still grandfathered in. But now you have those base members in that are already really like active in there. And then you can be like, hey, I have this community. It's, X amount of dollars a year, X amount of dollars a month. We have, 100 members in here. We have coaching calls like every other week. Maybe you can even like, as you get more comfortable, add little course materials in there. Nothing too intense. You don't need to build out like a weeks long course or anything, but maybe just a couple master classes or something and start to bulk that up. But it can be a process that you do over time. Um,
Yeah, I mean I think one thing also, I have a fear of public speaking. Like I was the person who was the very last, and the whole time my hands were sweating, and I'm like so I know that that's a fear that I need to get over. But with that being said, there's a nurse in that Facebook group that I said I found that there's just so many cool people inside of there. One of the nurses actually invited me to a school group to present, and she only has like 200 people. I mean, I should stop using the word only. She has 200 amazing
That's a
people
lot of
there.
people in a community. It's
Yeah,
different when there's 200 followers who like they follow you for free. They just clicked follow one day because they saw a reel that they liked, and that's still beautiful. But when you're in a community, you go out of your way to join this community where other people are
that's
participating.
true.
200 is great.
Yeah, but she invited me to come and present like 20 to 30 minutes on what I'm doing. And she said, then you can put your affiliate link in there. And I was supposed to meet with her yesterday, but she ended up having like something happen. So we had to postpone it. But I'm like, I feel like that's a great nudge into it, because 200 people isn't a lot, as far as like I have 3,000 people on my social media. So I haven't found the courage to make a live on my social media yet. I'm slowly getting into that. um,
Yeah.
but 200 people, I feel like, would be a great start, to like
Yes.
present.
Okay. Oh, I love this. Okay, so something I will say is um you gotta be brave. Okay, so it's okay to be terrified as shit, right? But you like need to be brave. And I did a public speaking class when I was probably like 20 or 21 in college, and I literally like cried and had a panic attack before, and the talk was actually disgusting and awful. And I look back and I'm like, LOL, there was like 17 people in the class. But then you start posting on social media and you get more comfortable, but it starts from being brave. And so I would just ground yourself before, do like some tappings to like know that you are safe. And even if your heart feels fluttery and you're anxious, know that that's totally okay and to be brave and to do it anyways. I would say definitely try to go live, but also, yeah, I'm so excited that you're going to talk and present to this community. And the more that you do it, the more confident you will get in it.
Yeah, she said I will be able to do it live, but she's like, up to this point, she's realized that there's only maybe one or two people that pop on live, so it's not like it's some big presentation right off the bat. So I feel good about it. I mean, I want to come up with slides and do all that stuff so that I can present it in a constructed way. I think that's one of my issues too. Like I get anxious and then I'm just like, I have all the side stories come up, like, and then this, and then that, and then this, and
You want stories. Okay, so one of the most powerful things that you can do when you are teaching people is to not flood them with information, but to like tell them a bunch of stories because that's going to give them the identity shift that they need in order to feel confident enough in themselves to buy from you. So
can I?
storytelling is the greatest marketing.
I was gonna say, can I ask, like, how do you think my presentation skills are now? Because I feel like this is probably like a really old limiting belief that I've had, but I feel like I'm not presenting very well.
No, I think they're fine. I will say it's hard to tell when you're like in a coaching call and you're asking questions as opposed to when you're presenting as like the leader in your space. But no, I think they're great. I definitely would say do some tapping and stuff before to help ground you and get you feeling calm. And even like, let's say you guys schedule this call a month from now. I would do tapping every single day before then, just to really help rewire that. And let me see, I have my tapping library pulled up. I'm wondering, I would say do the feeling safe to be seen on social media because even though that's feeling safe to be seen on social media, it's the same thing, feeling safe to be seen in a presentation. I would say do that one every single day, and that'll help you just kind of rewire and start to feel a lot more calm when you have to present. But I would say what I would do is get your PowerPoint because that's really helpful to have as like a little, I don't want to say crutch because it's not a crutch, but just as a supportive tool for your confidence
Um,
and get your stories straight with what you want to tell. Do not just teach, 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 teach. And even when people are in my high ticket programs and they are paying me to teach, I still will tell stories because I need to sell them into the idea that what I'm about to teach them is important. Because if you just teach, 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 it's like going to college and you're taking chemistry and you're like, fuck this.
really
Versus
dry.
maybe if the professor started off with a story about how exciting what he's about to teach you is, you
Yeah.
get excited and you are much more likely to actually learn and absorb the information. So people think storytelling is just adding fluff into a presentation. It's not. It is actually so much more powerful and beneficial to the consumer than somebody from the outside realizes.
Hmm.
So get your
Okay.
stories straight too, like what stories you want to
Big
tell.
stories. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's really helpful.
Yeah, good, 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 good. And then I would definitely say have your own community, even if you are not doing calls in there, because you don't want to give away your power and your leads to somebody else. And yes, you're still going to get a commission and it's going to be great, and they're going to have access to that person's information, and that's fine, but you still want them to be in you with you. And yeah, you're going to have their email, but community
You
building
know,
is way more powerful than email.
You know, though, I've even thought about this because this woman, she reached out to me so excited. She's like, I am so sorry I missed the call yesterday. Like, but something came up and she's like, I can't believe it was you that I missed the call with because I was really like I had a whole list of people that I'm talking to this week, but I was the most excited to talk to you. So I'm like, I could have been like even offer to be like I can be a leader within her community, and then as a business, like a partnership versus just me coming in as a guest.
Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely talk about that. There's
Yeah.
pros and cons to having these partnerships and just doing joint ventures and then just being a guest speaker. Like there's pros and cons to I mean not cons, there's pros to all of it and then there's different benefits to all of it. So definitely talk to her and see where she's at and see what you guys can do. But I would
Yeah.
100% have your own community. And I know I'm sure you watched the YouTube video Sean and I did about like building your community and how that's going to help
Mhm.
separate you from AI. That
Mhm.
people who are in your communities and they're exposed to you and they feel like they're a part of the group and their friends are in there, they're going to be the ones that are more loyal to you and are more likely to buy from you and are more likely to follow you wherever you go than somebody who's just on your email list and just sees emails from you every
Mhm.
day.
Mhm.
And so it's still great. You need your email list, but get them on both. Get them in that
Yeah.
community.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Becca.
Yeah.
Um, could I ask just a few more questions? I have to be driving in about 10 minutes,
Oh,
and
please.
I'll still be able to listen, but I kind of wanted to ask a few questions while I'm still contained. Just about where I'm at right now in my marketing after a couple really big breakthroughs. One of the prompts, I think I posted in the revival about how forming that trauma-informed business plan for middle-aged women, for us Gen X women that are trying to build an online business. And I went back to Cashinova and started refining my brand voice. And I'm ending up just changing, um, making my brand voice more impactful in the text and the copy in my lead magnet and my opt-in page. And so I'm grateful that I'm not, sort of halfway into, oh my God, a
Hey.
baby. My babies are big now, and I have baby hunger. If there's one thing I could do in the world, it would be go back and have another baby. It's crazy.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Rita,
look
my
at
friend
him.
asked me yesterday, do you want more kids? I'm like, hell no, no. I love them though. I love my little niece and nephew, and I just want to hold them and squeeze them all day and then give them back.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
A
maybe I'll
lot of work.
adopt someday. So anyway, I just I've got this body dysmorphia shame thing going, and I have a really hard time. I've been going back and forth in my head about faceless, not faceless, and I'm like, faceless is a cop out for
Dottie,
me
it is. I know
where
you.
I'm
I
at.
know where you're at, and I'm gonna tell
And
you, as your coach, it is.
God damn it.
And not for everybody else. Like if
I
you
know.
guys are watching this call, I'm not calling anybody out, but I am calling you out, Dottie, because I know you, I know your heart, I know your target audience, I know your power. You need not be faceless.
I just and like I sent you an email for our one-on-one next week and attached a
Yeah.
couple old my resumes and stuff just to kind of give you a bigger picture of my skill set.
Mhm.
Not only is there so much information right now in the massive number of modules I have in your program, in DWA, in Margot's program, and all that,
Oh,
but
you're in
I have
Margot's
such a
program?
varied.
I want to
I
talk to you about that at some point.
am.
We won't talk about it right now, but I want to talk to you about it at some point. I
Fuck.
love her. She's a
Her
badass.
just her content kicks my ass every day.
Oh, I know. I'm like, are you reading my mind? What the fuck is my
It's
life
every
right
day.
now? Yeah.
Every day. I can't wait to see what she posts. It's like, okay, Margot's going to tell me where I'm at today.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Totally. Totally. Um, I just, I, and even as I try and formulate my questions, my mind kind of goes blank because I just feel so blocked. I'm tapping, I'm doing all the things, and I'm trusting, but because I get overwhelmed so easily, I'm afraid of overwhelming my audience so easily. I have such a broad skill set and so many stories. I don't want to lead from a place of pain. I don't want to lead from a place of, oh, have sympathy for me.
Mhm.
And so I'm trying to make that switch, and I'm struggling. I'm struggling with it, frankly. I am. I'm really grateful for this extra content that I have that you're feeding us in the revival, because these extra prompts are really taking me to a deeper place. I just real fast, and then I want to hear your feedback. I went straight to a therapy session after yesterday with Jamie, and it went an hour over. I was 2 hours into this. It's like EMDR, only with an electronic, with a light and
Oh,
the therapist prompting, and I went really, really deep into this place, and it's all back to childhood stuff. and teenage shame. And it's just so deep. I see why so many women underneath, we just want to die. We just want to disappear because we're
Mhm.
so programmed to shut the fuck up and
Mhm.
to, uh, you know, uphold the patriarchy. So
Mhm.
that's where I'm at. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, I'll give you my feedback now. What I will say, Dottie, is, and I say this all the time, but I want to say it to you too personally, is like you don't need to be fully healed to go take action in your business, okay? Taking action is part of the healing. And so know that that's okay that you feel all that shame because all of that those people that you are leading, they feel that too, but they don't have the tools that you have yet. And that's okay that you're not a 10 out of 10 on the healed scale. And it's okay if you're only like a 3 out of 10 on the healed scale, because all the people that are a 1 out of 10 on the healed scale, they're going to be like, Dottie has my answers. I'm going to follow her. What I will say about being an information overload. I would not worry about information overloading your ideal audience if you are only selling them your one offer, which is DWA, right? And so I think eventually, once you gain the confidence, even if it's a year from now or 2 years from now, creating your own program that is specifically tailored to how middle-aged women learn and consume information in a trauma-informed way would be really, really powerful. Don't even think about doing that right now. Just get action, start making some DWA sales. I would not be worried about overloading them with information. I know where you first started, how you wanted to do like go a creative route and DWA and this, like that could get overwhelming territory. And I think it's beautiful to have many offers. So many people have many places to plug in, but that's when you've been doing this for a while and you have selling one offer dialed in so well that then adding a second offer in is easy and a third offer in is easy. But when you start from this place of like having a million ideas, it can feel overwhelming. And so I would just say focus on DWA. I think your lead magnet is wonderful. I think really the only thing that is holding you back right now is creating content.
Yes. Yes.
Because, and then your
Yes. Because
funnel.
even when you say you have to start, even if you're not completely healed, I just, my body just starts weeping and my throat gets tight. So tapping and journaling is the key for me. Tapping has been a huge shift in my nervous system. So
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for you to have distilled that modality and brought it into your coaching and using it with prompts that are business specific and the deep, because I don't know who said it. It was in a real girl on a podcast was saying uh building an online business and your own brand as an entrepreneur is like uh personal development on
I,
crack. And it really
Andrea said
is.
I
that.
said
It's so
that.
it's so deep
Yeah.
that I can't separate it out. And so that's why I'm having such a hard time, I think, thinking about creating content. I feel like such a freaking mess all the time internally. I
Yeah.
can't imagine creating content. Like who's going to want to watch that? Who's going to want to see it? And so that's kind of where I'm at right now.
No, I think okay. So Andrea said this earlier and she said it beautifully, and I'm going to say it again. She said create taking action creates clarity. And you said you feel like you're a mess internally. And we can journal all day and heal every trigger all day, but it's not going to create that clarity that we need until we start taking action. And you know what? I guarantee you, if you start posting content for a month straight, you're going to feel so much more healed and evolved and clear than you would have had you just journaled and tapped and done all the healing work for a month straight and not actually taken steps in your business. Now, what I will say is it's okay to not create a talking reel. It's okay if you want to just have B-roll of you making your bed or doing your makeup or cooking dinner. Or if you have a friend that you want to go, get lunch with, walk around the park, like have maybe some pretty scenery. It's okay if it's just B-roll. You know the message that your audience needs to hear, and you can play with Cashanova to help you get clear on how you want to structure that hook on the screen or whatever. But don't feel like you need to create a talking reel yet. Yes, eventually I definitely want you to. And if you have the capacity to, maybe start with at least one a week. If you don't have the capacity to, then don't even fucking do it right now. Do your do the B-roll. Start posting. Start posting. It is going to give you clarity. It is going to give you
Okay.
clarity. And 3 months from now, you're going to look back on the posts that you did today and you're going to be like, LOL, those are awful. And that's okay. Then a year from now, you're going to look back at the posts that you're going to do 6 months from now and you're going to be like, those were awful. And it's not because it's awful, you don't have the skill, but because of where your head is and the clarity in your messaging and everything. And it's just going to get better and better and better and better and better. But you got to take that action.
Yeah, it's a perfectionism thing, man. As a performer, I come from old school. Directors would scream at you and throw things.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
With
know. That's another whole trauma thing. Like,
one
fuck that.
mistake.
Can you imagine people
And
doing that
I'm
now?
used to it, but it's like I've internalized that voice. And so if it's not perfect and if it's not excellent, I'm a piece of shit.
Okay, well, let me
So
ask you this question. Do you feel like you can help women heal and move about their life in a more empowering way? Like, do you feel like if people buy DWA and they take action and they change their life and they get out of these abusive relationships or whatever it is that they're doing, that is that going to be better for them or worse for them?
yes,
Better for
yes,
them.
100, absolutely.
Never going to do it if you don't get out there. You holding yourself back is not just holding yourself back, Dottie. It is holding back all of these women who are waiting for you to go first.
I just have to figure out how to put that in my content, how to like have that mindset as I go through my content. So that's
I
fodder
like
for
Becca. Becca, I
thank
just want to chime in because I think it might help you, Dottie. But what Becca said on one of the calls that really stood out was having it structured as 25% the pain and then 75% the evolution and then leading them in. I felt
yes.
like that was
Thank you.
really powerful
You
because
know, I wrote that down. I
yeah,
wrote that down, Andrea. Thank you for reminding me.
yeah,
Yeah, and
because I
maybe
think
Becca,
that's
I can I can put in Cashanova to help me do my text, do the
And if you
copy.
want, Dottie, on our one-on-one next week,
what
I
if
mean, we can talk, we'll go over whatever you feel like is the priority, but we can spend the entire time going over content strategy and even coming up with posts together for you to create and for you to post that week. And then you have like my brain and in your like my words in your head where you're like, all right, we created these together. Okay, I'm clear. I'm good going forward.
Okay, because you know, I can I can talk a good game. It's like I can be present for other people. Just like I was saying to you, F that D bag and about the what happened to you and stuff. But when it comes to my shame, it's just like uh, I can't the thought of my family and those people seeing me online just makes me crumble. And so
Yeah.
that's I have to get past that because it is holding me back. And it's just where I'm
Yeah.
at right now. But I've been spinning in this for like 3 years now.
Now,
And
what I
and
will, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, that's it.
What I will say is if you have people that you feel like are draining your energy and going to prohibit you or not empower you from posting your true authentic self, fucking block them. Do the social media tapping because you know, there might be people from high school or people that you haven't even thought of in so many years that you wouldn't even think to block that come and find you. Do the social media tapping, get rid of that fear of being visible. But if it's friends and family that you are actually straight up like nervous about them seeing your content, they don't have a right to see your content. Just because they know you in real life doesn't mean they get a right to see your social media. So freaking block them. When I started my business, I my chiropractic office was inside a gym, and the owner of the gym started following me, and I blocked him immediately. And he was my friend. And he messaged me and was like, "Did you just delete your account?" And I was like, "No, I blocked you because I don't want you seeing it." And he was my friend, and but like block them. Protect your
Yeah.
peace.
Thank you, Becca.
I feel like it's so much easier to go on and speak to strangers than it is to like know that there's somebody in the audience. They're like, I don't really want to tell them this thing, but
Yeah.
it's going to help somebody, so I need to tell them this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, honey. I'm
You're
going to
welcome.
turn my camera off now as I transition into the car, but I'm still listening.
Okay.
And thank
Okay.
you, Andrea. Your baby is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Baby is so beautiful. And Andrea, I will say, like, I mean, I see you participating, I see the feedback you give other people, I see what you know, like, you know stuff, you're ready, you're good, and you're a good leader. You even just hopping in and talking to Dottie and giving your feedback was so powerful. Like, you're totally good and ready for this.
Yeah, I know. It's where I'm holding myself back is just I don't want him because sometimes he's so fussy and then it gets me like my nervous system like I just can't focus. And so I have this like it's like that fear that he's going to just like lose it during a call. So I think what my next level all going all in is to hire a babysitter and have my working hours be from 8 to noon every day. Because
Yeah.
I really do relate to you, Becca, when you're like, I don't want to have other kids, and you're like, and I'm like, I get it, totally get it, and I have him, and he's amazing, but I'm just like,
Oh yeah, no, I
it's so much
know.
work, and there's like this like power struggle that you have. You're like, you want to have impact at home, but you also want to have impact in the world, and it's really, really hard to like cohesively put those two together.
Well, I will tell you, if anyone can do it, women can. Like,
Yeah.
women are born entrepreneurs. Like, so we can create as much in 1 hour as a man spends 8 hours creating. And it's not just I mean, it is because we have wombs and can create life. But okay, I'm Christian. I mean, I'm a little, like, I'm a little woo-woo Christian. Like, but so I'm sure you guys have heard me talk and you're like, are you Christian? No, I'm Christian. I love God. Okay. But so I don't say this in a way that's like, I'm just going to say it. Women are as close to God as possible. Okay. Men are the lowest on the totem pole of humans. So if anybody can do this, it is women. We have the capacity and the ability to create and grow these magical businesses. Men are so linear. I was talking to Rena about this last night. She's in the room, so I'm just going to keep referencing her. Like, I made my first $1 million in 7 months. Do you know who would never be able to do that? A man. A man would never be able to do that. They are so linear. They need this structure. Women have magic. Like, we literally are magic. And so I would say if you don't feel like have the financial resources or the ability to be coaching and stuff right now, like, that's okay. You can still grow the most powerful, amazing, magical business in his nap time, whereas a man would never be able to do that. And so,
Mhm.
like, just so you know, I mean, having a kid and growing this magical business, like, that's actually totally great. Like, that is a thing that women can do. And eventually, once you have, the income coming in and you can hire somebody to help, and if you have that now, then great, take advantage of it. But and then you can actually start doing more. But like, you can get a lot more done in a short amount of time than you would ever imagine. We're on these 24-hour clocks, in these 9 to 5 hour clocks, because that is how the working world was invented, through men. Men are on a 24-hour clock, women are on a 28-day clock. And so women don't need to go to 9 to 5s. Women can get done in 2 hours what a man would get done in a 9 to 5. So, like, it's okay if you have to shorten your business hours. And it's okay if you don't feel confident coaching right now because you're afraid, the baby might wake up or whatever. But just
Mhm.
know, like, you're still gonna thrive. like working in a short period of time. And
Mhm.
yeah, men are just, they're so linear and they're like, we got to go from point A to point B to point C to point D. And then
I
women are
know.
like, well, I'm going to go from A to Z real quick. So you have fun with all
I
that.
know. I laugh so much when I'm like telling my husband because I'm like, we're just gonna do this and then we'll do this and then and he's just like, what? Slow your roll, like, like I can't follow that. Like I cannot follow what you're talking about. And I'm just
I
like,
have it. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I just in my mind, I'm like, I would rather come up with a bunch of different ways that the scenario could go so that I'm prepared for it. Whereas he's just like, let's just take it one step at a time, you know? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And that's it. And that's a man's world. But you're not a man, you're a woman, and you get to grow a magical business that your husband would not be able to do. And a year from now, he's going to be like, what the hell did you do this last year? And you're going to be like, yeah, babe, rolling in it. It's great.
yeah,
So,
I'm excited.
yeah. Does anyone have any more questions? Kimberly's on. Hi, beautiful. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, I'm sorry before earlier when my phone was ringing, but
Oh
let
my
me
God,
tell you,
no,
I
you're
always start
fine.
off my day with the intentions of peace and love and doing my affirmations and my journaling, and then the real world steps in.
Yeah.
Chaos. Today
Oh,
was
totally.
chaos day, and I'm also watching my almost 2-year-old, so trying to work, and I know what it's all about now. Again, I remember, the early days when I had my son. Now it's all coming back to bite me again in the butt because now I was fortunate to have a mother-in-law that would help me while I worked, and now I'm kind of helping them. So add that to my busy day. So it's just been crazy, but I have been enjoying this whole conversation with all of you. I wish I could have contributed more, but technically I am on the clock work-wise for my 9 to 5 job.
I'm so glad that
Um,
you were able to make it, even though you have work today.
yeah, yeah. So I really enjoyed the conversation, and just my whole thing is finding the time right now to work on everything that I want to work on, as far as women empowerment. And I've been fortunate to meet a few people through our Atlanta workshop that we had. And we're going to be doing something hopefully online, just kind of women supporting women like you've been mentioning. So that's kind of
Natasha and
where
Kim.
I'm at. Yeah. Hmm.
Ah, yay, that's so exciting.
Yeah, we're going to have like a mini project, maybe even something to go through school with. So we're kind of just in the preliminary talks of doing something like that.
Oh my gosh. Yay. That's so exciting. I love that. That's so good. That's why like you join these coaching groups, right? Like, I mean, obviously you join coaching groups because the coach, you want to learn from the coach and all that, but like the byproduct is you get to develop these amazing relationships that you would have never developed
Hmm.
before. And
Hmm.
networking and being friends with other entrepreneurs will take you so far. Doing joint ventures, borrowing each other's audiences, and using each other to like lift you up and learning from
Hmm.
each other's skill sets. Like it's so beautiful.
Yep, it's all good. So I just
Thank
have
you
to
for
find the time
sharing.
to get this all done
Hey,
in my
women
spare
are
time.
magic. Women are magic. And then do you ever have free time in your 9 to 5 where you can work like on
Yes and no.
yeah.
Yes and no. I have a very chaotic job. I'm an IT recruiter, and just jobs come in, and all of a sudden it's like stop everything, and you have to work on this before the competition gets to this person online. And so it's, my ADD helps. Because one
Yeah.
minute you're doing something, you have to do like 50 million things during the day. So even coming on this 11 a.m., I want to be on here so bad, and I have you on mute, and I'm sorry. At first, I had my phone ringing,
Oh
but
my gosh. No, no,
I was
no. And I didn't mean to be
multitasking.
rude by saying, "Hey, I'm muting you." I said it with love. Love you,
As
Kimberly.
I'm
I'm gonna
as I'm
mute you
listening,
now.
I'm like typing and sending emails out because we have a job opening for a bank, and so I'm like multitasking here.
Oh yeah, no, you're so fine. So fine. Oh, good. Okay. Well, I'm so glad that you were coming on. And it's good. I think also just being with where you're at and still working full time and then you're babysitting and doing all this stuff, like you're overloaded. But this is also just such a beautiful time to take advantage of these partnerships. So you're not just doing something solo and you have other
Yeah.
people to hold the weight and you're only doing 33% of the work instead of 100% of the work. I think that's
Yeah.
great. This is great timing for
Well,
you.
eventually I want to slow down. I mean, I'm at an age where I want to travel more and do things. And if I can help others in the same situation as me, and, I'm successful in my job, I am, I can't complain. But I want to be, more present with my family,
Yeah.
I want to do other things. So eventually I'm going to get off this crazy life that I have recruiting eventually and see if I can morph it into something else creatively.
Yeah. Yeah. You will. You will. Don't say if.
I want to,
Eventually,
yes,
if, no, your words have meaning. Whenever I say
yes.
something I like don't really mean, I'm like, delete, delete, delete.
And well, that was like me yesterday. I didn't want to take anybody to take my joy away because everything and anything was going on work-wise, just not in my favor, let's say. And I'm like, do not let them take your joy. Do not
Yeah.
let them take your joy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
It definitely is true. Another word I stopped saying is expensive. Like I say pricey, and that's okay
Right.
because everything's got a price point, and if it's worth it to you, that's great. But I don't say expensive anymore because,
Well, you can't take this money with you either. So I am enjoying life no matter what, even if I have credit card debt. I
yeah.
still go places.
Well, and I think too, like it's one thing if you have like a problem, an actual problem that's going to cause danger or bills having issues being paid. But if it's just like you're in debt, but you can still pay your bills, like I
Yeah.
actually feel like I really want to help women reframe their debt. Like debt is just a temporary
Yes.
tool that helps you experience something beautiful. I mean, like people are like, you shouldn't go into debt for a coaching program. I'm like, why? Why can't you temporarily put something on a credit card so you can learn and excel and then make millions beyond what you would have had you not invested in that coaching program and then pay? Like, why? And I think it's because of people's limiting beliefs about debt being awful. And it doesn't have to be
Hmm.
awful. If debt was so awful, why would you take out a student loan to go to school? And don't get me wrong,
Right.
like I'm at a different place now with my college journey, and I mean, I don't wish I didn't go. Like I'm thankful for my experience, but like what that's not bad. I mean, it's just only bad when you don't have control over it and
Right.
yeah. So hell yeah. Oh, girl. Okay.
All good.
All right. Um Glenda, I want to open up the floor for you. I know you haven't said anything, and if you are in a private place and you can't talk, that is totally okay. But I just wanted to see if you wanted anything before we hopped off. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Monday. I'm going to email out this recording. It won't be posted in the Facebook group just because it's going to be saved for the private VIP people, but it will be emailed to you. And uh yeah. This was really fun. Glenda, you just unmuted yourself. Do you have anything you want
Okay,
to
yeah, I
say?
am actually at work, and so I have to be
Okay.
really careful as far as
Okay.
intercoms coming through and stuff.
Yeah.
But I have enjoyed this so much, and I'm at such a very beginning, and you ladies are really impressing me with where everyone is at with their online things. I was going to say, I also bought into legendary marketing, and I it kind of clarified it for me a little bit this morning because I thought, why can't I do this? And so I've just been at a stopping place for the last like 3 years because it was like, what was I supposed to do with that? And um, so yeah. So anyway, this past week at work has been insane, and um, so I'm hoping to get caught up on journaling and everything over this weekend. And I just want to tell you thank you so much for even offering all of this.
Oh, of course. I love this. This has lit my soul on fire for the like more than any other coaching program aside from CCI, but even in CCI, like there'll be modules where, you're just teaching strategy and it is what it is and you're just going through the motions. And then there's other modules where, and Dottie can confirm, like where I'm like, and this, and this, and this, and this. And so
Mhm.
I feel like that about the revival. Like I just feel so on fire. So thank you. I'm glad that you are loving it and appreciating it. I'm
I really
appreciating
am.
you guys.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Alrighty, ladies. I will see you on Monday, and the prompts will continue to be posting. Today, the prompt in the group was to do what Jamie was saying yesterday, which is writing down 50 things you love about yourself and writing down 50 reasons why people should buy from you. And Monday we'll get into messaging and storytelling and all that fun stuff, which will be really good for you, Andrea. Is it
Yeah.
okay? Can you tell me, is it Andrea or Andrea?
Andrea.
Okay, good. Good,
Yeah.
good, good. All
Yeah.
right. That's what I was
Midwest.
thinking.
My
Okay.
husband calls me Andrea, so I think either
He
way,
does?
he does. He's from Morocco, and so he has an accent, and I've tried like a million times correcting him at the beginning of the relationship. This is like from 2012, but he just never got it right. So I was like, okay, for him, I'll be Andrea.
So cute. I love that. Okay. All right. I'm glad it's Andrea because otherwise I did want to ask because I'm like, I have either been saying it wrong this whole time, but I'm going to ask her just in case so I don't continue saying it wrong. But okay. Amazing. All righty, ladies. I'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.